Dimly lit room. Rain tapping softly against the window. A young woman, Amora, sits close to the camera holding a cup of tea she hasn't touched. Her eyes are tired. Uneasy. Like she hasn't slept properly in days. Amora, softly. You ever meet someone, and your spirit just rejects them immediately? Not because they're rude. Not because they did anything obvious. Just, something inside you whispers. Stay away. That's how I felt the first day I saw my neighbor. Mr. Gideon. Apartment 3B. Tall man. Always dressed neatly. Always watering dead-looking plants on his balcony. And always smiling. Not normal smiling. Not friendly smiling. No. The kind of smile people wear when they know something you don't. The first week I moved into the building, the old woman downstairs died. Mama F. Sweet woman. Always gave me boiled corn whenever Nipah took light. That morning, an ambulance came. People gathered outside. Everybody looked sad. Except him. Mr. Gideon stood by the staircase smiling. Not laughing. Not shocked. Just smiling quietly like he had been expecting it. I remember thinking. Maybe that's just his face. Some people naturally look creepy. So I ignored it. Until the next death. Leans forward slightly. 3 weeks later. A little boy drowned in the flooded gutter beside our compound. The entire street mourned. His mother screamed so loudly that night, I still hear it in my sleep sometimes. And there he was again. Mr. Gideon. Standing under the streetlight. Smiling. That same calm smile. Like death itself had whispered a joke into his ear. That was when I started paying attention. Because coincidence can happen once. Maybe twice. But not every time. Not every single time. Silence. I began observing him secretly. His routine never changed. Every morning. 6 a.m., waters plants. 7 a.m., reads newspaper. 8:15 a.m., leaves the building. Every night. Returns exactly 9 p.m. No visitors. No family. No noise. Just silence. And that smile. Then one evening. I caught him staring at me. Not ordinary staring. He looked at me like someone reading the final page of a book they already finished. I felt cold instantly. He smiled wider. Then he said, imitating his deep voice, death walks fast around curious people. I didn't sleep that night. Or the next. I started locking my doors twice. I even stopped greeting him. But somehow, that made things worse. Because after that day, he started appearing everywhere. At the gate when I returned from work. Near the bus stop. On the rooftop whenever I went to dry clothes. Always smiling. Always watching. And then. The dreams started. Whispers. I would see funerals. Different funerals. Different faces. Sometimes strangers. Sometimes people I knew. But in every dream. Mr. Gideon stood beside the coffin smiling. The scary part. The people in those dreams began dying in real life. Exactly the same way. Exactly the same clothes. Exactly the same coffin colors. Voice shaking slightly. At first I thought I was losing my mind. Maybe stress. Maybe anxiety. But then my friend Kemi came over one night. I told her everything. She laughed. Of course she laughed. People always laugh before fear introduces itself properly. She said. Mocking playfully. Amora, maybe your neighbor is just ugly and you're being dramatic. We even joked about it. Ordered shawarma. Watched movies. By midnight she left. The next morning. Kemi died in a car accident. Long silence. And do you know what I saw outside my window when they brought her body home? Mr. Gideon. Smiling. Holding those dead plants. Smiling directly at me. Like he knew I was watching. Like he was waiting for me to finally understand. Breath trembles. That was the day I became afraid of smiles. Not all smiles. Just his. Because his smile never looked emotional. It looked ceremonial. Like part of a ritual. So I started investigating him. I asked neighbors questions. Nobody knew much. Apparently he moved into the building 15 years ago. But here's the strange thing. Almost everyone who had lived close to him was dead. Heart attacks. Accidents. Disappearances. Suicides. One woman allegedly jumped into the lagoon after screaming that the smiling man was inside her apartment. Another tenant vanished completely. Only blood stains remained. Police found nothing. And somehow, Mr. Gideon remained. Untouched. Unaged. Still smiling. Leans closer to camera. Then I discovered something worse. There were old newspaper articles about him. Very old. Black and white photographs from the 1980s. Guess what? He looked exactly the same. Same face. Same smile. No wrinkles. No aging. Nothing. I felt sick. I remember dropping my phone. Because how do you explain that? How does a man remain unchanged for 40 years? Whispers. Unless he isn't a man. Thunder sound outside. 3 nights ago. I finally confronted him. Worst mistake of my life. The power went out in the building. Everywhere was dark. I heard footsteps outside my door. Slow footsteps. Then a knock. 3 times. I knew it was him immediately. I don't know how. I just knew. I opened the door slightly. And there he stood. Smiling. But this time, his smile looked wider than humanly possible. Like his face was stretching around it. He asked me one question. Deep unsettling tone. Do you know why I smile? I couldn't speak. My legs froze. Then he leaned closer and whispered. Almost whispering now. Because I can see them before they die. Silence. I slammed the door immediately. Locked everything. Pushed my couch against the entrance. I stayed awake till morning. But around 4 a.m. I heard laughter outside my window. Not loud laughter. Gentle laughter. Happy laughter. I looked outside carefully. And saw him standing in the compound smiling up at my apartment. Then he pointed at me. At me. And slowly. He nodded. Like confirmation. Like my name had finally entered a list. Breathing heavily now. Since then, strange things have been happening. My mirror cracked by itself yesterday. Birds keep hitting my window. My lights flicker every time I say his name aloud. And tonight. Looks toward the door nervously. Tonight someone in this building is going to die. I know it. I can feel it. Because 10 minutes ago, I saw Mr. Gideon smiling. Bigger than ever before. Suddenly quiet. The scary thing is, he wasn't looking at anybody else. A slow knock his head. He was looking at me. Another knock. And the worst part. Voice breaks into a whisper. I think I'm starting to smile too.